All right. Talking about the Trinity. Let's talk about the Trinity. I never wanted to talk about the Trinity because it always seemed extremely complicated, and I never really even wanted to try to understand it, because every time I would, I'd just be like, oh, it's beyond my understanding, and that's what I would be told too. A lot of times is like, oh, it's just complicated, but it's necessary, and it is necessary, I think, and it is complicated, but I think it's actually incredibly simple. If you can just let go of the whole argument of God being one and God being three in one. If you can just forget all of that junk and just let that go, then you're fine. God is one. Obviously, God is one. Jesus even says that. God, it says that in Deuteronomy, that God is one, right? I think Jesus says that. I'm pretty sure he says that in one of the Gospels. Creation comes from God. So all creation is God as well, because it's all from him. So the Trinity is, I kept having this, there's the masculine and feminine. Here's the Trinity. So when you have two, the two are separate. It always feels separate. Like two is separated. Two shall be separated from your womb. When God talks to, Rachel? Or no, Rebecca. With Jacob and Esau. Two will be separated. From Adam comes Eve. So it's split apart, and then there's two all of a sudden. And so how did the two get back into one? For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So you have father and mother, and then you have man. See, there's triangles. So you have man and woman. Jesus says, what God has joined together, let no man separate. So you have man and woman. Even if you don't believe in God, you have a covenant, and that's what joins them together. Man and woman, and then this covenant. They come together under this higher thing that unifies them together. So you have a triangle, right? And so that's where their attention is. That's where the glory is. That's the binding thing, is what unifies them is that mediator, sort of. The covenant holds them together. So then, you've also heard the saying is stay together for the kids. So you have the triangle, but then it goes in the shape of a diamond, and they can have a child, and that's also there. Right? So you have a triangle pointing up and a triangle pointing down when they have a kid. And the kid will keep the child, will keep the husband and wife together. And then the child, from there, will leave his father and his mother, be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. And then the triangle will repeat. And it's triangles all the way down, all the way out, all the way up. And I just now realized this. I don't know why I'm so dumb. That's the Star of David, a triangle up and a triangle down. So it's like the Star of David is like the symbol of creation and the symbol of the Trinities, all coming off of the one, and it spreads out, and it's like got 6 points. There's 6 days, of creation to the Star of David, all going out, and then within each triangle pointing out, you can draw another triangle and make another Star of David, and then it just keeps going and multiplying. But they're all unified through Trinities. So the Trinity is a pattern for I think it was this other YouTube channel I was watching called Grail Country, and I strongly suggest checking out. But I think it was Nate Heil on that channel who said the Trinity is a pattern. I love the way he put it. I think this is the way he put it. It's like a pattern. He said the Trinity is the unification of multiplicity. So it unifies all those triangles spreading out from the Star of David. You can just keep doing more and more, but they're all unified through Trinities. They all have a mediator. So I think it is necessary for the gospel. I think it is necessary for salvation and forgiveness, because Christ is like the image of forgiveness between God and man. That's what we believe. So I think that is necessary to unify the creation back to the Father. But I think that scales out through Theosis, not through individual Trinities, whereas I could get an argument with a brother or sister or anybody. I get an argument with anybody, and it's like I need forgiveness to bring us back together. Because with the argument, then there's a separation, and forgiveness will bring us back together. So the forgiveness is that the brother, sister, forgiveness, and it brings it back together into another triangle. So it's like through theosis, you kind of become forgiveness in a way, become truth and mercy in a sense, and you're unifying all of creation back to the Father on individual levels, but on global, universal, whatever, however you call it, just everything on this great cosmic scale that is eternally expanding. Because like I said, the Star of David is like, it's a symbol of creation and the symbol of like unification and the symbol of the Trinity and the symbol of Theosis. It's like all those things just unified into one, because you can keep expanding the triangles, but then the triangles are still connected through each triangle is a Trinity. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that before, but now that I'm seeing it, it's like, now that I'm saying it, I'm trying to explain it, and I hope it makes sense, because it's like, it's kind of, my mind's processing it as I'm saying it, but as I'm saying it, it seems to make sense to me. But I'm still not sure what to do with that, because I'm just like, man, that isn't just crazy profound. Like, do Jewish people even know that? Because as far as I know, Jewish people don't believe in the Trinity, but they have the Star of David as their symbol. It's like on their flag, and I'm like, what is? And not to like strong arm them or anything and say, hey, look, you do believe in a Trinity, but I mean, that symbol of the Star of David, it seems to be just like all of creation going out, yet all of creation at the same time coming back in, because every triangle is pulling back into the one. That's the one center. Anyway, yeah, so I started drawing it because I just wanted to see what it looked like. So I drew a Star of David, if you can see this, and then I started drawing the other little stars of David out on the side. And so you could just keep doing that and multiplying it forever. Eternally expanding universe, just staying connected. So that's that. I guess I'm done. I don't know what else to say because I'm still thinking about this.